GasBuddy is out with its U.S. fuel price forecast for 2024. It's predicting a better year to come for motorists. The tech company sees a yearly U.S. average of $3.38 for prices. That's down from the yearly average for this year, which came in at just over $3.50. The company also forecasts that the average household would spend just over $2,400 on gas in the coming year, which is also a drop from the 2023 average of just under $2,500. Now, GasBuddy has been surprisingly accurate with its past predictions, but the company is predicting that new challenges for 2024 could make for some high levels of uncertainty in fuel prices in terms of market volatility. And a couple factors that you also have to think about, Rachelle, when you think about kind of the wild cards for this prediction. One, geopolitical unrest. Could things escalate in the Middle East? That's something that we don't know. That's, a potential wild card. Of course, if there is an economic slowdown, I mean, it's been really all systems go. The Fed looks positioned well for 2024, but that's a potential wild card. And then another potential wild card is just, wild weather events. We know those happen all the time, and that can certainly impact refineries and refinery capacity. So it remains to be seen what those wild cards could do in terms of this forecast. But as we mentioned, they've been pretty accurate in the past for GasBuddy.
It's true. I mean, and you mentioned the extreme weather, which obviously has the ability to take some of these companies offline, at least temporarily. But when you look at what it's going to be doing for prices next year, some of these predictions, unfortunately, San Francisco, a tough break for you. You're looking at one of the highest daily average gas prices of the select cities that they picked. You're looking at between $5.70 and $6.25. So sorry for you all, but yes. In New York, between $3.85 and $4.35, and here in DC, between $3.90 and $4.30. So San Francisco really bearing the brunt of this. We saw a lot of the California cities going to have those higher prices compared to the national average, but hey, maybe we'll see more incentives for more EVs entering this space.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, that's one of the things that could certainly have an impact on fuel prices is if EV adoption continues to increase. It hasn't accelerated at the pace that folks who cover this space expected, or even the government in terms of the incentives that there are. And part of that is that issue of range. So, certainly this for motorists on the West Coast is not a great thing in terms of the prices that they're going to see. But it's kind of typical when you think about how high prices are and the kind of the typical cost of fuel on the West Coast, and why you tend to see more EVs, especially in California. The incentive is greater there in terms of just the infrastructure to support the switch to EV. So, the other thing that to watch out for in terms of impact to fuel is what does the election mean for fuel prices, right? Will it bode well for motorists to have, more relief when it comes to what they're spending in terms of their household budget for fuel prices in 2024. But the prediction is nice to know in terms of the expectation for the priciest holiday that's expected to be, or the priciest point in the year will be Memorial Day. But that's kind of, we know that that's the beginning of the summer driving season. So that's kind of typical in terms of where prices are expected to be. The national average then is predicted to be between $3.56 to just over $4 a gallon come Memorial Day. But there's some time to build up to that.
Indeed. I tell you, if it ever hits $6 a gallon in DC, I'm getting an EV because I can't live like that.
That's ridiculous, right? I'm like, wow, how do these Californians do it who have, kind of the traditional car? I mean, I would definitely switch to an EV.
Indeed.